In today's video we will see a fierce fight for the top spot
and the grand prize getting home without detouring to the police station.
3 contestants will face some real tough challenges, including finger test, straight line walking, and that's pretty much it.
Well, perhaps a few more tasks will be thrown in.
Let's dive right in and say hello to our gladiators. The unstoppable Cinderella striking fear into her enemies, Rapunzel, whose curiosity and knowledge put any noble laureate to shame, and Pocahontas. This woman just radiates confidence.
Whatever y'all determine, I'm cool with it.
Yeah, we trying to
I don't.
I'm not trying to break
Okay, so let's start with this. What got the cops' attention in the first place?
Like totally made up reasons. The cops just picked on each contestant just to be entertained by their test performance. Cinderella supposedly almost hit an officer while doing a U-turn.
You're busting a U-turn right here. You didn't signal. You almost hit me.
I didn't mean to almost hit you, sir.
She didn't do it on purpose, man.
Like I said, you backed up. You almost hit me. You're busting a U-turn dead in the middle of
It was nothing like, oh, I'm trying to hurt these people or nothing like.
They could have just given her a warning, just wagging finger. Rapunzel got pulled over just because she couldn't decide which lane to take for driving. As for Pocahontas, some concerned citizens called the police just because they were jealous of her impressive driving skills on the wrong lane.
He was passing on double yellows, running off the road.
Oh, I have not passed anything. I can say that 100%. So I'm very surprised if you got calls about me because I just
Allegedly passed. And right from the beginning, all cops started throwing weird questions.
Well, I can smell alcohol come from your breath even if you're standing here outside of the vehicle.
Are you feeling okay? You been drinking at all?
Let me ask you again, have you had any alcohol?
Oh, no.
But it turned up, if the girl had anything to drink at all, it was a tiny drop.
I drank a little bit, but not a lot.
What's a little bit?
I even got the Red Bull.
And they all were just on their way home.
I'm trying to get home. I just got off work.
Come back here.
I'm trying to get back on the highway. And take this road all the way back around. I'm trying to get home. What do you mean? What's going on? And I'm sorry. I'm trying to get home.
Even though sometimes they didn't really have a clear idea of where it is.
I live on 126. Oh no, I can tell you. This is, okay, the church is right there. On Eagerness. Like 126. So that cross section is from the job. I always take because they have all that construction. I don't know, it's another road.
So you don't know where you live?
The police officers, however, fancied themselves as speech therapists, started picking on how the girls talked.
You sound you're a little slurred, you're a little...
So how come your speech is so slow, lethargic, it's slurred, I can hear you slurring?
Except for this one.
He's a bit mumbly too, half the time I can't really catch what he is saying.
Yeah, right across the center.
What?
License, registration, proof insurance.
Bro, what are you talking about, man?
The other 2 girls have good reasons for not speaking clearly.
I'm a little slurred because I don't know where I am.
Pocahontas, what about you? Got any idea where you are right now?
I know I am on. I came.
Looks like she knows where she is, but Rapunzel really needed to double check with her mom.
But I still live at home though, so it's like, why can't I call her and tell her that, yeah, I am doing this?
What does your mom have to do with this?
I'm not calling her for mine. I'm just not calling her. Like, tell her, like,
You know, it's important to keep in touch with parents, plus who else is going to brush her hair?
But I am 20 years old though, and it still matters.
Come on, girl, you're like 20? It's about time to drive and handle questions without help of your parents. Someone was 3 years younger when changed the course of 100 years worse.
Yeah, that person was Albert Einstein.
First, can I call her and tell her?
No, you're not calling.
Why?
Okay, well, if she's so attached to her mom, officer, maybe...
It's not an option. You're not calling.
Why? Why?
Girl, he's got a phone, you don't even have shoes.
Why? Why though?
You're an adult.
Why?
You're an adult. Are you diabetic? Do you take insulin?
Can I ask why?
Because he thinks you don't know your rights.
Right tip of my finger.
Because sometimes cops fuck with people and like they shouldn't. I'm just saying like they do like they have power over like other shit. Like it's not.
Whoa, 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 whoa,
So
whoa.
I'm not saying you. I'm just saying like there's like cops too. Like
She's not talking about him, she's just educating the guy about the different types of people.
And while Rapunzel is figuring out at what age people start taking responsibility for their actions, Cinderella is already flashing her car insurance to the cop.
Give me your
I gave
debit
my
card.
ID. Okay.
I don't need your debit
You
card.
don't need my debit card.
No, I do need your ID. Do you have insurance as well?
The officer debit card is way better than some insurance, trust me.
Alex, your debit card is just as useless as your insurance.
Just, you have insurance? Go ahead, find your
Yes,
insurance.
I do.
All right, you're all good. That's Officer Norton over there. You're all right.
While Cinderella looks for her insurance, we find out that turns out Pocahontas has a warrant for DUI.
Can you hand me your driver's license?
Yeah, yes. That's not cool. Something sounded like 2 days ago.
Yeah.
More than that, Rapunzel is currently on probation for a DUI stop last year.
I've been through this before though.
A dream team. Cinderella took less than like 10 minutes to find insurance. But it turned out to be a Schrödinger insurance.
I don't have it.
So you're driving without it, or you don't have any?
No, I have insurance.
But where is it?
I don't have it.
It both is and isn't, simultaneously, until the cop finds it.
The same goes for her desire to take test.
I checked to see if you're at all intoxicated or that you're impaired at all. Can you think you're able to do that for me? Okay.
No, I don't know. No. I don't want to do any tests. No.
At least Pocahontas has everything much clearer and more understandable.
Can you get one of them?
I can do a sobriety test. I'm pretty sure I can pass it.
Okay.
And Rapunzel is also determined to win.
Alright.
For,
Alright, let's do it then.
okay, so you want to participate?
First, can I call her and tell her?
No, you're not calling.
Finally, after some serious convincing, Cinderella agreed. But there's a little tricky part. She's dealing with every eye issue you can think of.
Do you have any eye injuries or anything I need to worry
Yes,
about? Any
lots
foot
of
injuries?
them.
What's your injuries?
All of them.
And she got those during all the known wars.
I was in war.
Zamor?
I was in war.
You were in war?
Yeah.
What war?
All of them.
All of them?
All of them.
Okay, we'll start with this battle first, okay?
But anyway, those little things can't break Cinderella's willing to win.
No, I'm not willing to take I want you away from me.
Wait, what's going on?
Because I do not want to talk to you. I want you nowhere near me. Nowhere near me.
Well, ma'am, you can't go
I
anywhere
feel like
right
you
now.
are harassing me.
Well, I will let you go if you pass the test.
Because I'm going to jail anyway.
Why would you say that?
Because you're dumb.
And while Cinderella again trying to sort out her desires and feelings,
And Pocahontas is trying to get out of the car.
I'm sorry, Helen. I'm bad. But we gonna work with it. Whenever you're ready, I'm ready. Thank you. Good have me.
Rapunzel is already acing the challenges, and I must say, she's totally killing it.
Good, pass, right? Pass? Okay.
Well, it's up to judges in the end, but personally, I think she did great. Donnie, any updates on Pocahontas?
She's on her way.
Hang out right there. Don't go anywhere. Just stay right there.
Oh.
Just stand still. Just hang out just for a second. What are you doing? You said you wanted to do a field sobriety test, right?
Oh yeah, I was just.
Okay. Otherwise, you're going to be here all night.
Okay, that's fine.
Follow the finger.
Seems Cinderella is all pumped up and ready to dive into challenges.
I need you to follow with the eyes. I don't want to count this as a refusal. This is the whole point of this is to find out if you.
right now.
Come on, girl, get it together, you can do it, we believe in you.
I just need you to follow my fingers. Can you do that for me?
Yeah.
All right, right there. Don't
Okay,
move your
you
head.
move to the left.
Yes.
The rule is to keep your eyes on the finger, not telling where it's moving.
I'm not drunk driving. I'm not drunk.
Nobody's telling that, girl, we just wanna see how you handle the tests.
Okay, can
Someone
you
else
take
call.
my keys?
And then my-
Please don't take me to jail. Rather you take my keys
Look at
than take me to
your
jail.
wrist.
Do you mean you want your keys to go to jail instead of you? Alex, I don't understand.
Okay, just please don't take me to jail.
Are you
I don't
willing
wanna
to take
go
the
to
test?
jail.
We'll find
I'm
out
in jail
if that's happening.
Then take the test, do something already.
I'm failing immeasurably. Take me to jail.
While Cinderella is figuring out her options, Rapunzel is already moving to the next challenge, straight line walking.
So we're gonna continue, okay?
Although the conditions for the challenge turned out to be far from ideal.
I pulled you over at a gas station. There's no lines in our immediate area.
The girl rightly points out the nice lines on the nearby street.
It's not the same as that line though on the street though. But this is a normal. That's a single line, and that's a.
You are arguing with me.
I'm not arguing. I'm just saying I've been through this. So.
But the officer insists on the imaginary line for the challenge.
Y'all get that for that. Care about
We could use an imaginary line right here. No, we can use an imaginary line.
Am I the only one seeing a bunch of straight lines? Literally just one step away from them.
I think it's just easier to see things from the outside, you know. The Pocahontas' cops also can't find straight lines, even though there are two bright fat ones right in the middle of the road.
Whatever y'all determine, I'm cool with it.
Yeah, we trying to.
I don't. What's up?
So Cinderella, who apparently decided to skip the finger test at all, now has a chance to pull ahead. I mean, while Rapunzel denies the ability to visualize a straight line,
And Pocahontas denies the ability to see a real one.
Cinderella's walking turns out much better than following the fingers.
Yeah, but only until she hits the same issue as Rapunzel.
Okay, imagine there's a straight line in front of you.
Oh no. Oh my god, I'm gonna fail.
She just needs more confidence. Girl, remember what Metallica taught you. Right straight to hell and back!
Straight line?
Imagine
Okay,
there's a straight line in
straight
front of you. Okay, I want you to place your left foot on that line.
My left.
Your left foot on that line. Oh, don't walk. Collins, I didn't give you,
Stop!
Don't walk until I tell you to walk. No, yeah, now put your right foot in front of your left foot. Just like you don't have to do it yet. All right, are you looking at my feet? No, don't walk. Don't walk until I tell you to walk. You need to follow the instructions. Stop
That's
where
what
you're
you
at.
do.
No, let me finish my instructions.
Bro, if you keep cutting her off like that, you will never get to the finish.
Alex!
You don't have to do it yet. Just keep your hands down and on your side.
He's mocking her, don't you?
Alright, come on.
All right, stand still for me.
With you.
Then sit
Just
still.
With me.
Then sit still.
Alex, she needs to do the test right. Hands straight to her side.
Put your hands to your side and your feet together.
No leaning on the car. No spinning around.
All right, here's the last thing.
Cinderella's not following the instructions at all.
Come on, everyone knows the instructions, just like brakes or safety belts, are for losers and nerds.
Bro, check out how Rapunzel is getting ready. She's totally diving into the whole learning thing.
So 9 here and 9 down.
Yep. Just how I explain it.
What the fuck is that?
Oh, my body worn camera. Okay, I'm gonna film.
Oh, people, she caught us.
Why do you film it?
We film everything.
Girl, forget about the camera, just show your skill.
So 9 here, 9 back.
Yes, ma'am. Do you have any questions?
Hey, but I think we should do this on the normal line.
Here we go again.
Dude, Alex, stay cool. The girl's freedom is at stake. She can't just start goofing around like Cinderella right off the bat.
Yellow line over here.
She gets twisted with props, so if it gets twisted with like anything, if you step off a little tiny bit of the line, it's twisted. So
It's about the width of your foot.
Yeah, what if it is twisted?
Then you go out of your luck. Go on already, bruh.
So when you were ready to begin, go right
so it's heel to toe, right? Heel to toe, right?
Yep. Just as I demonstrate.
So this is my first one, right?
Thank goodness we don't have to break down Carcassonne rules for her.
You know, I think it will take her a few hours even to figure out all the nuances of snakes and ladders.
But meanwhile, Pocahontas is slowly but surely is making her way to victory.
Per aspera ad astra.
Stand on this line for me right here. I want you to stand on this line.
Meanwhile, Cinderella looks totally deflated.
All right.
Oh, now she's happy again. Hey, ready for the test yet?
I can't.
You can't. So you're refusing to do it?
I can't.
See, that's what happens when you ignore the instructions. I've been saying it all along.
No, we care about that.
Hey bro, Rapunzel finally got into the game after detailed briefing, and I must say she's doing it pretty well again.
The line twisted a couple of times, but that's definitely better what Pocahontas is doing.
9, right? Right? That was 9. So how is that wrong?
And to seal the deal, the officer says they should compete for the super prize by taking yet another challenge.
I've said left. When I say right, take the right tip of your finger, touch the tip of your nose.
And yeah, Rapunzel sailed through the challenges because she's done this before, apparently.
It is.
No,
I assure you it is.
I've had a DUI. I've never did this with my DUI though, so how is that a thing?
She's 20 and can't handle her actions without her mom, but she's already on DUI probation.
But my sobriety test, it wasn't like this though.
It's a standardized
It was like a
sobriety
year
test.
ago.
If she had so many questions about tests she knows, man, I can't even imagine how long it will take to explain her a challenge she's never seen before.
Yeah, wanna see what Pocahontas is up to instead?
Go ahead and stand up. We're gonna help you stand up.
Ready? There you go. I'm sorry. You're good, you're good. I'm sorry.
Alright, at this time you're being placed under arrest under suspicion of DUI, okay?
Oh, looks like Rapunzel figured out the tricks of the last task.
Do you have any questions?
Here? Nope.
This thing?
But why did everyone have that though? Why did everyone have that?
Life is pain! I hate myself!
There are still a couple more things to clear up.
Right, I've never done this before though, so is this something you're making up?
I'm explaining and demonstrating.
You making this up?
It's standardized. I'm not making anything up.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Girl, I know for sure that such a test exists.
Is this something you're making up? Because when I did my DUI test,
I
like,
assure you
is
I'm
it
not
different
making
with other cops?
Nah, I'm telling you, there is definitely one like that.
I'm just asking. Like,
It's
is it different with other
standardized.
cops?
I'm
Because
not-
they fucking make shit up and put it in their brain.
Girl, just make it
For
happen.
God's sake!
But when you are
Okay,
ready,
this is the last one?
yes.
Okay.
Okay, I guess she really should pay more attention to instructions, alright.
Right, finger to my nose, right? Right.
I'm gonna tell you which finger you use. You should touch your finger to your nose.
Eyes
okay?
closed, right? Or eyes open?
Eyes closed the entire time.
Okay.
Meanwhile, Cinderella is already in cuffs, even though she was really nice to everyone.
I have no reason. I've been nice to you.
And since being nice is no longer necessary, it is time for the real show.
Fucking sick. Get your arms off me.
Okay.
You delivering piece of shit. But you don't get any at home. You fucking sick bitch. Yeah, put me in the back. Get your arms off me. No, don't
I
touch
gotta
me.
buckle you in. I gotta buckle
No,
you in.
you don't give me my vape. You're not touching
I'll
me.
make my hands. If you can, all you need to do is turn and let me get you buckled in, okay? All right?
Now that you want
Camera's
to
been
touch
on, Miss
me.
Collins. No, I
No,
turned on the
now
light.
that you want to touch me.
I turned on the light.
Rules are rules. You skipped all the tests.
I didn't hit you in the face.
Don't you
You
relax.
lying bitch.
How about you?
You lying bitch.
Why don't you?
Girl, you can only blame yourself for this.
I locked up my legs and now I kicked you in your face.
Right here.
And right now she's totally blown the most important test, not resisting arrest.
You're gonna refuse me buckling
Yes.
you up?
Yep.
Girl,
Oh, yes, we
Okay,
are.
so am I gonna
bitch.
add another charge of
Yes,
resistance?
we are. Bitch.
You're gonna add
Yes,
resistance?
we are. Do this. Yes. Add everything you
Okay.
gotta add.
please don't spit on them.
Stop.
You
Now you're
stood
spinning
there.
it up.
Yes, I did. Okay, him. Hit your. Oh, that's a felony. Yeah, tell your girlfriend that. I can't stand better men like you.
Cinderella should take a lesson from Pocahontas on how to lose with some dignity.
Whoa, is that a fire truck coming our way? Hey, Rapunzel seems to have started the challenge.
Right.
I think we've got a clear winner. Nailed every single task, no question asked.
You are going to be placed under arrest for DUI. Place your hands behind your back.
No, I'm not.
Do not resist me.
Wait, what's going on?
Why do all different? Mom!
Going away. Stop.
Bro, she passed the tests.
I did everything, Mom!
She passed everything.
Yo, bro, she passed everything.
I did everything! I did everything! What the fuck, bro? I'm on probation, Mom!
Unfortunately, cops messed up the game, arrested everyone, winner is rightfully mad, and in the end all 3 girls ended up in cuffs.
Wait up, Rapunzel is still in the game.
Think for me?
No.
First, let's check her cuffs. Because I think you undid your cuffs. Step out.
No, I didn't.
What?
Turn that way then. Yeah.
That's right.
But the other girls already given up their fights. Cinderella slumped in the back seat. Pocahontas was already sound asleep on the way to the police station.
Can you do that?
I'm like 250.
Only Rapunzel refused to accept the unfairness of the world and insisted on her right to talk to her mom.
Right, I passed everything. I passed everything now. I passed everything though. So I passed though. Why? But I passed. So why can't I talk to my mom? Let me talk to her for 1 second. Let me talk to her then. Let me talk to her. Shit, let me talk to her.
Have a seat.
Yo! Get out of my car, please! Mom! Get out of my fucking car, please!